Join me as I take on the challenge of mastering mental toughness using ancient wisdom from Seneca. Every one of us at some point feels the ground beneath us shift. Life, in its relentless currents, can feel like a ship tossed on a stormy sea. Whether it's the sting of a lost opportunity, the ache of severed ties, or the dizzying whirl of daily demands, these moments can leave us adrift, vulnerable, stripped of our perceived control. But what if I told you there was an ancient compass, a way not merely to weather these storms, but to emerge from them tempered, stronger, transformed? Today we embark on a voyage into the profound wisdom of Seneca, a master navigator of the human spirit who understood the art of finding serenity amidst chaos. His teachings on Stoicism are not dusty relics of a forgotten past. They are battle-tested strategies whispered down through the centuries that have empowered emperors, thinkers, and ordinary individuals alike. And they can empower us today. By the time this journey concludes, you will possess a treasure chest of Stoic principles, a toolkit to forge unwavering mental toughness, to reclaim the helm of your emotions, and to steer your life with purpose no matter what tempests life hurls your way. Stay with me, my friends, for we are about to unearth ancient secrets, potent remedies for the anxieties of modern existence. If this resonates with you, if you feel the call to inner strength, a simple act will help us share this with one kindred soul. Hit that subscribe button. You're not merely consuming content. You are not like the common horde. You are a seeker, a student of wisdom, someone who values the profound depths. Consider yourself exceptional. Lessons 1. The singular focus. One activity, one moment. Illustration. Picture a juggler frantically tossing a dozen balls, dropping most, achieving little. Now imagine a craftsman meticulously carving a single piece of wood, pouring all their focus into each delicate stroke. Seneca's profound wisdom, to be everywhere is to be nowhere, cuts to the heart of a pervasive modern malady, the relentless pursuit of more. The idea of dedicating ourselves to one activity at a time is the bedrock of Stoic practice, a transformative shift in how we engage with our lives. In a world that glorifies the illusion of multitasking, we must pause, reevaluate, and reclaim the power of singular focus. When we scatter our attention, we dilute our efforts, leading to errors, diminished quality, and a pervasive sense of unease. Marcus Aurelius, the emperor philosopher, echoed this sentiment. Concentrate every minute like a Roman on doing what's in front of you with precise and genuine seriousness, tenderly, willingly, with justice, and on freeing yourself from all other distractions. Meditations. This is not merely about boosting productivity, it's about cultivating a quality of mind, one that prizes depth over breadth, presence over frantic activity. Focusing on one activity allows us to be fully immersed, to pour our entire being into the task at hand. Whether it's a demanding project, a heartfelt conversation, or a simple act of creation, this deep engagement fosters a profound sense of accomplishment, of genuine satisfaction. Plato might argue that this singular focus allows us to touch the hem of true beauty and truth, to create work that resonates with the ideals of goodness and excellence. Moreover, the psychological benefits are undeniable. Singular focus reduces the cognitive burden, minimizing stress and sharpening our decision-making. Aristotle, who championed the cultivation of virtue through habitual right action, would likely endorse this practice as a pathway to temperance, self-control, helping us to resist the siren song of distraction and fleeting gratification. By embracing this Stoic principle, we are not merely becoming more efficient, we are becoming more present, more peaceful, more balanced. We reject the chaos of modern multitasking, embracing instead a deliberate, purposeful mode of being. As we practice, we may find that not only do our results improve, but our overall well-being blossoms. Socrates' method of deep inquiry, focusing intently on one subject to the exclusion of all else, exemplifies how powerful this method can be. Lessons 2. The Art of Impulse Control, Mastering the Inner Storm. Illustration: imagine a ship caught in a sudden squall, its sails ripped by the wind because the captain failed to prepare. Now picture a seasoned mariner calmly adjusting the sails, navigating the storm with skill and composure. Seneca's insight: all the greatest torments are the result of an undisciplined mind, unveils a fundamental truth. Our unchecked impulses are often the architects of our own suffering. Stoicism, with its emphasis on self-control and rational thought, provides a framework to navigate these inner tempests. It does not advocate for the suppression of emotions, a futile and ultimately damaging endeavor. Instead, it teaches us to understand and manage them. The journey begins with self-awareness. Epictetus, a former slave who rose to become a renowned Stoic teacher, declared, "No man is free who is not master of himself." This highlights the crucial link between self-mastery and true freedom. By becoming acutely aware of our impulses, of the triggers that unleash them, we gain the power to respond rationally rather than react blindly. This doesn't mean denying our feelings. It means understanding them so deeply that we can choose responses aligned with our long-term goals and values. Aristotle, in his exploration of virtue, spoke of the golden mean, the balance between excess and deficiency. Courage, for instance, is the mean between recklessness and cowardice. Applying this to impulse control, we seek a balance between impulsive reactions and complete inaction, aiming for thoughtful, deliberate responses that reflect our best selves. Moreover, practicing philosophy as a guide to controlling our impulses involves cultivating rational thought as a habit. Marcus Aurelius, in his Meditations, often reflected on the importance of aligning thoughts with rational and virtuous principles. He wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this and you will find strength." This perspective empowers us to focus on our internal responses rather than external provocations, thereby gaining mastery over our impulses. By critically examining our impulses through the lens of philosophical wisdom, we make choices dictated, not by fleeting emotions, but by careful consideration. This practice not only strengthens our mental fortitude, but also fosters a life lived in harmony with our values. It leads to a life where decisions are made not in the heat of the moment, but with a clear, composed mind. The Stoic approach to impulse control is about cultivating an inner dialogue, a constant questioning and assessment of our instinctive reactions. It is about making philosophy not merely a subject of study, but a way of life, allowing us to rise above immediate gratifications and achieve a deeper, more enduring satisfaction. Lessons 3. The Premeditation of Adversity, Embracing the Inevitable. Illustration: Imagine a warrior honing their skills in the training yard, preparing for the battles to come. They do not desire conflict, but they understand its inevitability. Seneca, a man intimately familiar with the vicissitudes of fate, famously advised, "Rehearse them in your mind, exile, torture, war, shipwreck. All the terms of our human lot should be before our eyes." This may sound grim, perhaps even morbid to the uninitiated, but Seneca is not advocating for a life consumed by fear. He is urging us towards mental preparedness, a cornerstone of Stoic resilience. Stoicism teaches us to anticipate, to mentally rehearse for the inevitable challenges life will present. This practice, known as Premeditatio Malorum, the premeditation of evils, is not about dwelling on negativity. It is about diminishing the shock, the debilitating power of unforeseen adversity. By visualizing challenging scenarios, we are not inviting them, we are disarming them. Think of it like this. Athletes train under grueling conditions to prepare for the intensity of competition. Similarly, by mentally rehearsing difficult situations, we train our minds to handle stress and adversity with less panic, with greater poise. This Stoic practice also cultivates a profound appreciation for our present state. When we realize how much worse things could be, our everyday problems often pale in comparison. Applying this principle doesn't mean living in constant anxiety. It means acknowledging potential negative outcomes realistically. For example, if job security feels precarious, instead of spiraling into fear, you might update your resume, enhance your skills, or explore alternative career paths. This way, should the worst occur, you are not caught off guard. You are prepared. This principle extends beyond personal crises. It's about maintaining readiness for any significant life changes, from financial instability to personal loss. By staying prepared, we not only shield ourselves from the initial shock, but also accelerate our recovery and adaptation. We become less reactive, more responsive, a subtle but profoundly powerful shift in how we navigate life's uncertainties. Seneca's counsel helps us forge a mindset where we are not overwhelmed by adversity, but fortified against it. This mental readiness is not about expecting the worst. It is about being prepared to handle any situation, thereby enhancing our resilience and overall mental toughness. Through this Stoic lens, we see not just the potential for loss, but the opportunity for growth and renewal within every challenge. Lessons 4. Voluntary hardship, the path to inner strength. Illustration: think of a blacksmith hammering and shaping metal in the intense heat of the forge. The metal endures hardship, but emerges stronger, more refined. Another profound insight from Seneca. Difficulties strengthen the mind as labor does the body. This seemingly counterintuitive idea, voluntarily embracing hardship, lies at the very heart of Stoicism. It's about deliberately choosing discomfort, not as a form of self-punishment, but as a means to forge unwavering mental resilience, to expand our capacity to endure life's inevitable storms. Consider what it truly means to voluntarily embrace hardship. It's akin to an athlete training under harsh conditions, pushing their limits in a controlled environment to prepare for the stresses of actual competition. Similarly, by choosing to face difficulties head-on, whether it's tackling a challenging project, speaking up in public, or even opting for a simpler lifestyle, we enhance our mental toughness and adaptability. Seneca's approach teaches us that when we intentionally step outside our comfort zones, we are not merely testing our limits, we are expanding them. For example, if public speaking terrifies you, regularly placing yourself in situations where you must speak can transform that fear into a skill. What once felt insurmountable becomes manageable and eventually even comfortable. This Stoic practice is not about seeking out suffering for its own sake. It's about recognizing that growth often blossoms from discomfort. Embracing voluntary hardship also means resetting our comfort thresholds. In a world that often prioritizes ease and convenience, choosing the harder path can seem radical. But Stoicism invites us to reconsider what true comfort is. Is it merely the absence of discomfort? Or is it the presence of inner strength, the unshakable peace that comes from knowing we can handle whatever life throws our way? By integrating this Stoic principle, we also learn to appreciate our present circumstances more deeply. When we know we can endure more, we can savor the simple pleasures of life with greater contentment. It's about building a life not on the avoidance of hardship, but on the foundation of resilience. This doesn't mean we seek out suffering, but when hardship does come, we view it as an opportunity to practice our Stoic skills, to hone our inner strength. In embracing voluntary hardship, we also foster a profound sense of self-efficacy. We prove to ourselves that we are capable of overcoming obstacles, which in turn builds unshakable self-confidence. Each challenge we face and conquer becomes a reminder that we are stronger than we might have believed. So let us heed Seneca's wisdom and challenge ourselves to step into the arena of voluntary hardship. It is there that we will find not just challenges, but the keys to a more resilient, more fulfilling life. Lessons 5. Beyond victimhood, reclaiming your narrative. Illustration. Imagine two individuals facing the same setback. One crumbles, lamenting their misfortune, blaming external forces. The other, though wounded, rises, seeking lessons, determined to move forward. Seneca wisely observed, "We suffer more often in imagination than in reality." This stark truth reveals a common trap, the seductive allure of self-victimization. It's easy to fall into the belief that we are passive recipients of life's misfortunes, that everything happens to us rather than for us or with us. Stoicism teaches us the profound importance of perception, how we choose to see, to interpret. Life's challenges dramatically impact our experience of them. If we view ourselves as helpless victims, we surrender our agency, our power. However, if we view challenges as opportunities for growth, for learning, we maintain control over our responses and approach life proactively. Consider a common scenario. You're passed over for a promotion. Your initial reaction might be to feel sidelined, discriminated against. While these feelings are valid, Stoicism invites us to examine our reactions critically. Are we perhaps viewing the situation solely through a lens of loss and unfairness? What if instead we saw this as an opportunity to seek feedback, to hone our skills, or even to reassess our career path, to find a better fit for our aspirations? Avoiding self-victimization doesn't mean ignoring injustices or difficulties. It means shifting our focus from what happens